Hello, my name's Dean Markwell. I'm BSI Automotive Technical Delivery Manager for BSI, and I'm responsible for a team of 9 auditors who audit BS 10125 and also the development of the scheme. So for today's session, we're going to be looking at the update to BS 10125 and the transition process that supports that. So within this session, we're going to first of all introduce BS 10125. Then we're going to look at why the standard has changed, what's applicable in the new standard, and the key changes and some frequently asked questions, and then finally an overview of the transition process. So BS 10125 2022 was published on the 9th of November last year. And that replaces the current version, which is withdrawn on the 31st of March. This new standard was prepared by the SVS 20 Draftsman Panel, which included representation from across the industry, one being myself from the certification body, and also representatives from the body shops, insurance sector, auto glazing, and industry professionals club, just to name a few. So why has the standard changed? So this really brings about the first full revision since 2014. Since then, we've had quite an evolution within the automotive sector. This includes the evolution of hybrid and electric vehicles. We've had advancement in the advanced driver assistance systems, otherwise known as ADAS, increased complexity and capability of the vehicles, and also the introduction of hydrogen technology. All of these things combined has increased the risk and the complexity to the repair process, so the standard needs to be brought up to date to reflect these new technologies, and most of all to ensure that repairs are conducted safely and efficiently. So what does the new standard cover? So within the new standard, it covers everything from preparation. So this is the activities that are conducted before the repair process commences. The repair process itself, the reinstatement of vehicle systems, the competence of personnel working on the vehicles, tools and equipment, parts and control consumables, and the repair process management and process control, and finally the complaints procedure. So what is applicable in the new standard? So the standard itself covers the repair process, which could include the repair, removal and refitting and replacement of windscreens, other vehicle glazing, body panels and mechanical parts. However, the standard excludes windscreen repair, which is covered under another standard, BS AU 242. The standard is not applicable to motorcycles, three-wheeled vehicles, or vehicles over 5 tons in gross weight. And the standard does not also cover customer service, which again is covered by another British standard, BS 8477. So what type of vehicles are applicable within the new standard? So as per the previous standard, not too much has changed other than the fact that there is now an age limit on the vehicles that can be deemed applicable under the scope of certification. So this includes vehicles that are built or first registered less than 40 years before the time of the repair. So the key changes, and probably the most prominent change that will be noticed within the new standard, is the 3 previous repair categories have now been replaced with 18 capability tasks, all of which are listed there on the screen. So what this provides is the opportunity for repairers to select any of the 18 capabilities to include in their scope of certification. Other key changes that people need to be aware of is there's now an increased focus on preparation for repair and the reinstatement of vehicle systems. It also has the recognition of existing competencies, but along with that, the recognition of CPD as a proof of continued competence. And there's also been some clarification on competence and supervision requirements. Updates to replacement parts has also been included, which now also includes the alignment with the VRA UK standard and other applicable standards for reclaimed vehicles, reclaimed parts, otherwise known as green parts within the industry. So other key changes also include a change to subcontractor agreement requirements when using OE franchise dealers, clarification of the repair process management requirements, including the records that need to be retained, amendments to claim of conformance requirements, and also clarification for managing ADAS, EV, and other technology advances in the repair process. And there's also additionally some new requirements that need to be applied in the event that repair methods are not available. For more information on the changes, we've actually developed a standards comparison document which aligns both the previous version and the new version of the standard to clearly identify the differences. So to obtain the free copy, please contact our Senior Market Manager, Andrew Gaskill, on the email address details here. So now we move into some sort of frequently asked questions. And one of the most common questions that gets asked is, can body shops decide which capability tasks they want to be certified for? So the answer to this is yes. Clients are able to pick any of the following capability tasks listed. However, they will need to demonstrate they have the resources in place, including technical competencies to conduct the repair tasks. And then the next sort of common question is, can body shops select capability tasks that they are unable to conduct in-house? The answer to this is also yes, but that is on the provision that they have a subcontractor agreement in place and can obtain the necessary evidence that the repair task complies with BS 10125. Is the new recognised CPD route mandatory? That's something that comes up very frequently. And in respect of this, body shops are actually able to continue down the existing 3-year requalification route for technicians known as currently competent persons. However, the CPD option that has been added is completely optional and not mandatory, and technicians can enter the CPD route if they possess a valid current competency qualification or have completed a recognised apprenticeship. The CPD also has to be in line with the CPD framework and recognised by an awarding body. Slight misconception is many people ask, did BSI write and publish the CPD framework? And the answer to this is no. This was developed by what we call the SAG group, which is a sector advisory group. And it can be downloaded for free via the IMI website or through your training provider. Now we move into the transition roadmap. So as I said earlier, the standard was published on the 9th of November 2022. Up until the 31st of March 2023, we will still be able to conduct assessments to the existing standard. However, that will end on the 31st of March. So from the 1st of April, all audits will be to the new standard. Any new applications prior to the 31st of March will be able to be certified to the previous standard, but the audit will need to be completed before this deadline. And then with all existing clients, they will have the option to transition right up until the 9th of November 2024, when the transition process will end. So an important note on this is that all existing BS 10125 certificates to the current standard will remain valid up until the 9th of November 2024. For the transition process, BSI will be offering our clients 2 transition options. The first is a one-off special audit to BS 10125 2022, and the second one is a more progressive approach with transition taking place through the normal surveillance assessments. So just to explain a little bit more about the transition options. So the one-off special audit, this will be provided at the request of our clients on a mutually agreed date. However, this assessment will be in addition to the normal audit cycle. So therefore, it's most applicable to people who have implemented new requirements, conducted their own internal audits to confirm that the requirements have been met and are ready to move across to the new standard. The second option, the more progressive approach, what will happen is our auditors will audit to the new requirements, and they will then track the progress towards transition through each surveillance assessment until the threshold has been met, where they can then put forward a positive recommendation for transition to BS 10125 2022. So what's the impact of the new standard? So primarily, everybody will have new certificates which will detail the capability tasks that they have selected under the scope of their certification. This will replace what was previously listed as categories 1, 2, and 3. At each audit, we will confirm that the capabilities are in place and still applicable. But what this also gives us is more specific requirements for each repair task and builds upon what was previously there in the current version of the standard. In terms of opportunities, this does also provide the opportunity to broaden the market for 10125 certification. It makes the certification more specific for smaller or mobile repairers, and it also provides the industry with a standard that recognises both current and future technologies. So where can I purchase a new standard? So you can visit our sister company, BSI Knowledge Solutions, and then if you search BS 10125, the information on how to purchase the standard can be obtained from here. Thank you very much.